Welcome. I'm Mike with Penner Investments, and today I'm going to discuss an options trade on the SPY, which is the S&P 500 Index Fund. This trade is going to be a directional trade, which means that it is a little higher risk than normal, but is also going to offer a little higher reward as well. I'm going to be looking at the CPI number that is released this coming week on October 13th. This data is the Consumer Price Index, which is used by policymakers such as the Fed in determining what is happening with inflation. If this data stays the same or shows inflation is getting worse, the Fed may have to raise interest rates up a whole percent instead of the 0.75%, what they've been doing the past several months here. This will be bad news for the stock market and result in it going down sharply. The next Federal Reserve meeting is scheduled for November 1st through the 2nd. I'm thinking that this data from the CPI report is not going to be good, which would result in the market going down the day the data is released, which is October 13th. Before this data is released is not a bad time to put on the trade, but a more conservative approach would be to wait until the data is released and wait until we get a little closer to the Fed meeting on November 1st through 2nd. This way the trade will be a little less risky and I'd have a more certain idea that the market is for sure going down. If the CPI data is painting a bad picture about inflation, a couple of weeks before the Fed meeting, I'm going to wait to a day that the market is up since put options are a little cheaper on up days in the market. I'm going to select a strike price for the option that is around $10 below where the SPY is trading that day. For example, if the SPY is at $375 a share, I'm going to select the $365 strike price with an expiration date between 45 to 60 days to expiration, and I'm going to buy those puts. I'm going to look to exit this trade either at the end of the day after the Fed announces what they're going to do with interest rates or possibly the next day. This will allow the market a little time to react and soak in the information on what the Fed is going to do. Remember, when you are the owner of a put contract, you're hoping that the stock goes down in value. When the stock goes down in value, the value of those puts are going to go up. If the stock price runs down in value quickly, the value of the SPY put will spike up quickly, and this will be the time to close the trade. If the market does not move very much within a couple of days, I'll just simply close out the trade, and this will minimize my loss as the put option will still have time value left, and I'm not going to lose all my money that I used to purchase the put contract. If you're enjoying this content, please be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on future content. There are 3 things that can be done here for this strategy. If you feel strongly that the data is not going to be good, this trade can be put on before the CPI data is released, which I'm going to probably put a little bit of money into buying put contracts on the SPY at the beginning of the week. I'm going to try to get in those trades either Monday or Tuesday this week. If either one of those days are up, the market is up. If not, I'm going to just put those a little bit of those trades on Tuesday. And the second option will be to make this trade after the data has been released, but before the Fed meeting. And the final option, which would be good news for the market and result in the market going higher with a lower CPI number and result in the market rallying from here, would be to just not enter the trade at all. Depending on how good the news is, if the news is not bad like I'm predicting, if it's a surprise and it's really good news, I may consider buying some call options. But I'm only going to do that if the data is very positive, which would change what the Fed does when they have their meeting, and of course the market would rally from there. Well, I hope this information helps, and good luck trading.